In today's video, we're diving deep into the Warhammer 40k universe to explore the intense devotion to the Emperor of Mankind. We'll uncover the origins of the state religion, look into its core beliefs, and see how these elements are embodied by the Zealot Preachers in the Imperium of Man, a character you can play in Darktide. Why are they so fanatical? Let's find out.
Trust the Emperor alone, and in all things.
In the late 30th millennium, during the Emperor's Great Crusade, the structure of the Imperium of Man was markedly different from the heavily religious state we see in Darktide. Initially, there was no unified state religion. The closest was the Lectio Divinatis, a fringe group considered heretical by many, including the Emperor himself. Their central doctrine was simple yet profound.
Rejoice, for I bring you glorious news. God walks among us.
This sentiment, though initially suppressed, lays the foundation for the fanaticism you see in the Zealots of Darktide. They are the spiritual descendants of such early believers, wielding their faith as a weapon against the darkness. Interestingly, during this early period, the Emperor himself opposed any worship directed towards him, championing instead an ideology known as the Imperial Truth. This doctrine emphasized reason, science, and secular progress, a stark contrast to the religious fervor you see in Darktide Zealots. The Imperial Truth aimed to eradicate the superstitions that had taken hold during the Age of Strife, seeking to enlighten humanity's scattered worlds with rationalism and scientific understanding. Yet, as we'll see, this vision ironically sets the stage for the very worship he sought to avoid, deeply influencing the passionate zeal you encounter in Darktide's characters. Despite the Emperor's vision, the harsh realities of the galaxy and the psychological needs of humanity led many to seek comfort in the divine. This desire manifested in the widespread worship of the Emperor as a deity, directly opposing the secular goals of the Imperial Truth. Throughout the Imperium, numerous cults emerged, each interpreting the Emperor's divinities through the lens of their local cultures and traditions. These cults not only varied widely, but also set the groundwork for the diverse beliefs you see in Darktide's Zealots. They are not just warriors, they are the bearers of their world's specific dogmas, fiercely upholding the divine aspect of the Emperor against all threats, supernatural or otherwise. As the multitude of the Emperor-worshipping cults grew, the strongest among them merged to form a powerful church organization, the Adeptus Ministorum. This organization became the sole official religion of the Imperium, known as the Imperial Cult. In the universe of Darktide, this cult holds immense power, guiding the mortal spiritual direction of the Imperium's citizens. The fervor and unyielding devotion you see in the game's Zealots comes from this dominant religious authority, which enforces the divine worship of the Emperor across countless worlds. What exactly is the Imperial Cult? It's the official religion of the Imperium of Man, devoted entirely to the worship of the Emperor of Mankind. Followers believe fervently that the Emperor is not only a divine being, but also the savior of humanity. This faith isn't just a religion, it's the foundation of the state, acting as the glue that binds all of humanity in their service to the Emperor. In Darktide, this belief system not only drives the Zealots who see themselves as holy warriors, but also subtly influences the other characters. Each class, from the veteran sharpshooters to the mystically inclined psychers, navigates and interacts with this religious fervor in unique ways, shaping their perspectives and actions. The State Church, or the Adeptus Ministorum, not only provides guidance and leadership to the Imperium's citizens, but also ensures the devotion of its priests. These clergy dedicate their lives to proclaiming the Emperor's teaching and enforcing his will. While the Adeptus Ministorum tolerates some variation in how the Emperor is worshipped among lesser cults, it rigidly enforces core tenets known as the Imperial Creed. Adherence to these tenets is mandatory. Any deviation is swiftly labeled as heresy and dealt with. In Darktide, you see this enforcement in action through the Zealots' uncompromising stance against any signs of heresy, reflecting their role as both spiritual and martial enforcers of the Creed. The core tenets of the Imperial Creed are as follows:
That the God Emperor of mankind once walked among men in their physical form, and that he is and always has been the one true God of humanity. that the God Emperor of mankind is the one true God of mankind, regardless of the previous beliefs held by any man or woman. It is the duty of the faithful to purge the heretic, beware the psyker and mutant, and abhor the alien. Every human being has a place within the God Emperor's divine order. It is the duty of the faithful to unquestionably obey the authority of the imperial government and their superiors, who speak in the divine Emperor's name.
In Darktide, these tenets are more than just words. They are the guiding principles for the missions you undertake as a zealot, dangerous mutants, and battling all in the service of the Emperor's divine will. Interestingly, these rules, deeply rooted in the doctrines once preached by the Emperor during the Great Crusade, notably diverge from these fundamental teachings of the imperial truth. The Emperor advocated for a rational, secular society, denying his own divinity and discouraging religious worship. However, the grim realities of the galaxy, especially the malevolent forces of the warp and the constant threat from the Chaos Gods, have made the Imperial Cult's divine narrative a powerful, unifying and protective force for humanity. In Darktide, this irony becomes a tangible aspect of gameplay. As a zealot, you are thrust into battle against warp-spawned horrors like poxwalkers and chaos cultists, highlighting the necessity of the strength of your faith, despite its contradiction to the Emperor's original vision. In Darktide, the role of a preacher, the lowest-ranking clergy within the Adeptus Ministorum, takes on a vivid portrayal. Known as the Defenders of Faith, these preachers often serve alongside the regiments of the Astra Militarum and on Imperial Navy vessels, providing both spiritual guidance and direct combat support. Their duty often leads them to the front lines, where they inspire and rally troops with their passionate speeches. On a more personal level, preachers are the primary contact for the faithful in the Imperium, often overseeing their own parishes. In the game, this translates to the Zealot's role, where they not only engage in combat but also embody the fervent spirit of the Imperial Cult, motivating their comrades through their unshakable faith.
It is better to die for the Emperor than to live for yourself!
We've only scratched the surface of the rich and complex religious hierarchy within the Imperium and the fervent zeal that drives its followers. While we've covered significant ground today, the depth of fanaticism and the intricate ranks among the priesthood offers even more stories to explore. What do you think about the state religion's approach? Does it honor the Emperor's original vision, or has it strayed too far? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to check out my other Darktide lore videos. Until next time.